Well, hello everyone. Sports fans, Chiefs Kingdom, this Comics Bigger TV here. So time for another prediction video as it is this Sunday afternoon. We have the Chiefs taking on the Cleveland Browns in week 15 of the NFL season. And well, the Chiefs, we have already clinched the AFC West for a ninth consecutive year with that another nail-biting 19-17 win over the Los Angeles Chargers last Sunday night, as once again it came down to the final play uh, and came to a game-winning field goal by kicker Matthew Wright as time expired, and it was not an ordinary kick. It bounced or hit off the upright and still banked through, and yeah, and we found a way to win a game in just about every way possible this season. And yeah, another one possession game. Uh, and yeah, 4 field goals from Matthew Wright in that one. And 213 yards from Justin Herbert, 210 for Mahomes. DeAndre Hopkins scored our only touchdown of the game. So, and yeah, but again, we struggled in the red zone. Struggling on offense was really, it was kind of a tale of two halves. We dominated the first half, the Chargers dominated the second half, but we somehow got away with another win and a ninth straight division title. And last week, the Buffalo Bills lost to the Los Angeles Rams in a wild game, 45-42, I believe was the score. And well, that pretty much gave us about a 70% chance of us getting the one seed in the playoffs. The Bills are at the Detroit Lions this Sunday, so that's definitely a winnable game for Buffalo, but not an easy test. Obviously, Detroit has just one loss this season, so and yeah, so now here are facing a Cleveland Browns team that made the playoffs last year. Uh, a surprise run to the playoffs last year when they were led by uh, like 38-year-old Joe Flacco, uh, and now they are just 3-10 and are eliminated from playoff contention. Their starting quarterback from the start of the season, Deshaun Watson, uh, I believe tore his Achilles in week 7, season-ending Achilles injury, and since then, their starting quarterback has been veteran Jameis Winston, who has 13 touchdowns to 9 interceptions. He recently, in a Monday night game against the Broncos, threw 4 touchdowns but 3 interceptions. 2 of them were returned for a touchdown. And Jameis Winston, formerly with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, was a Pro Bowler once, I believe, but also led the league in passing, but ironically also led the league in interceptions. Yeah, 2019 he had 33 touchdowns, 30 interceptions, and over 5,000 passing yards. So, pretty crazy there, and hasn't been a starter since then. Was with the New Orleans Saints past few years before joining Cleveland. And yeah, and Browns team that's had a pretty rough year, both on offense and defense. They are only averaging about 15 points a game. They lost last week by 2 touchdowns to the Pittsburgh Steelers, though they did score 30 points 2 games ago against the Denver Broncos. So, and they're led by one of the best defensive players in the league, defensive end Myles Garrett, who is second in the league in sacks this year. Uh, and yeah, so he's still a great player. Uh, and yeah, and really hope that this is a game where we can finally win by more than one possession. And these final play of the game wins are definitely exciting, but you know, really just really hope we can get a a 20-point win sometime in these final four games. So we actually have a chance to clinch number one seed as early as next weekend. After this, we'll be back in action Saturday night or Saturday afternoon at home against the Houston Texans. Before then, playing on Christmas Day at the Steelers, and then closing out the regular season at the Broncos. So, yeah, we have a chance to clinch the number one seed as early as next weekend if we win against Cleveland and Houston, and the Bills lose to the Lions, and the Eagles beat the Steelers. That's all that has to happen. And if that happens, then we would be the one seed as early as next week before Christmas. So, which would be quite something, honestly. So, and it would basically also mean that we could perhaps rest our starters before, the final two games. So, but yeah, so seems like the Chiefs do have the one seed wrapped up already. With that Bills loss that they had last week to the Rams, was definitely a huge loss. And the Los Angeles Rams are 8-6. They played on Thursday against the 49ers, beat them. They're still very much alive, and if they went out, they would be in the playoffs. So, it'll likely be them or the Seattle Seahawks that'll win the NFC West. So, but yeah, the Bills have already clinched their division. Us and the Bills, the only two teams in the entire league that have clinched the divisions. The Eagles and Lions have also clinched playoff spots. So, but yeah, so score prediction for this one, I think it will be maybe a closer game. I mean, we played the 3-win Panthers last month and beat them by 3 points. And also, we will be getting back kicker Harrison Butker in this game. Will be activated off IR after just a month ago had knee surgery. And he'll be back in this one, but boy, both of our kickers that kicked in place of him, Spencer Schrader and Matthew Wright, both did very good. Both had game-winning field goals. Chiefs now have 3 different kickers that have kicked game-winning field goals this year, which is pretty crazy, honestly. So, but yeah, so, our past 4 wins have all been by 3 points or less. So, anyway, but I'm picking the Chiefs to win this one. I'm going to say 24-17. I think it will be a one-possession game again, but I think it'll be won by more than 3 points. But who knows? Cleveland team has a solid defense, and ex-Broncos wide receiver Jerry Jeudy has almost 1,000 yards receiving. So, and 2 games ago, Jerry Jeudy had over 200 yards, ironically, against his old team. So, anyway, till Sunday against Cleveland, Kyle Experts saying, go Chiefs.